Our universe in PelestanK is all about learning. So let's explore
the first episode of our brand new show for PelestanK TV.
Good morning, and we want them to learn how to say good morning.
Yay! Music, movies, animation.
Motivation, especially from the teachers.
Our skills will grow each day and we will leave our fears.
Hello. Hi. What's your name?
Introduce me saying this.
We can do every smile on our face. Your journey here starts with PelestanK. Yay! From beginning to advanced, we'll grow and learn each day. PEC will take us there with care and show us the way. Learn with PEC and let the knowledge flow through. Pectoral, your brain muscles. It's simple and it's true. Your journey here starts with PelestanK. Yay!
Hello boys and girls, and welcome back to PelestanK English course, the show where English becomes fun. Today's episode, I have something very special for you guys, and you might find some of the things around in our studio. Like, for example, if we look around, we can see that over here, we have squares. Over there, we also have squares. And behind me, you might find a few circles. So, can you guess what today's show is about? I'll give you a second to think. Squares, circles, That's right, you guessed it. Today's show is about shapes. We're going to be learning about 10 different shapes today, and I'm going to be teaching you their names and how you can find out what the shape is. So, let's go and learn all the different shapes that we have today. So, boys and girls, now we come to the first shape that we have out of the 10 shapes that we're going to talk about today. The first shape has one side, and it is a circle. A circle is round. We have objects that we see like balls, or like as we can see on our bike, the bike has circle tires and they go round and round, and it has one side only. After the circle, we have a triangle. A triangle is like this, and a triangle has three sides. It has one side here, one side here, and one side here. Shapes that we see like triangles can be something like a Christmas tree. So after the three-sided shapes, we have two four-sided shapes. They are very similar, but they're different, and you must know the difference. So the first four-sided shape is a square. We can see an example of a square over here on the window. And we have many different windows you will see in your house that are square-shaped. So a square has four sides, and each of the sides are the same length. So when you see an object with four sides and you measure it and all of the sides are the same, you know that is a square. But the other four-sided shape that we have is a rectangle. Now, a rectangle might look like a square, but they're not the same, because the rectangle has four sides, but two sides are the same and two sides are different. For example, these two sides are long and these two sides are short, and the short sides are the same length and the long sides are the same length as well. We can also find windows that are rectangular shape, and we have windows that are square shapes too. Now we have a five-sided shape. This one might be a little bit tricky because we don't see these shapes every day, but it's good to know. So a five-sided shape is called a pentagon. Sometimes when you're drawing a picture of a house like this, you will see that you drew it just like that, and it has five sides, and that's a pentagon. Now, after the pentagon, we have the shapes that are six sides and that are seven sides. Now, these shapes' names are quite similar, so you might get them mixed up, but I have a few tricks that would help you make sure you know the difference. So, the six-sided shape ends in the letter X. So, this name of the shape is a hexagon. and we have an X in the letter of the shape. So hexagon is 6 sides. When we go to 7, it's a heptagon. So do you see the difference? We have hexagon, which is 6 sides, and we have heptagon, which is 7 sides. Okay, now we go to an 8-sided shape. This one is quite easy because 8 sides, and we can remember it by knowing that an octopus has 8 legs. So if you want to remember a shape that has 8 sides, you can just remember the animal that has 8 legs, which is an octopus, so we know it's an octagon. Now we go to 2 of the hardest shapes, which you won't really see much, but it's the 9-sided shape, which is called a nonagon, and it looks just like this, and it has 9 sides, which you must remember. And the last shape that we have, boys and girls, is a decagon, which has 10 sides. So let's go through all of the shapes once again. We have the 1-sided shape, which is a circle. We have the 3-sided shape, which is a triangle. We have 2 4-sided shapes, don't forget. We have cubes and we have rectangles. Now, after that, we have 5-sided shapes, which is pentagon. We have 6-sided shapes, which we said is hexagon, like the word 6. And we have 7-sided shapes, which is a heptagon. 8-sided shapes, we said it's an octagon. 9-sided shapes, which is a nonagon. And finally, 10-sided shapes, which is a decagon. Okay, boys and girls, you know it's our favorite part of the show. It is the animation time. So, our friends Shana and Carol, let's go and see what kind of shapes they can find and where they're going to go. I'm sure they're going to find all of the different shapes that we talked about. So let's go and watch them.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the show. PEC is here, where English is simple to know. Look at the shapes, what do you see? Circles and squares, different like you and me. A circle's round at just one side. Going around, it's like a fun ride. Shapes all around, in colors so bright. Learning their names, getting them right. Circles, triangles, squares in sight. In our shape world, everything's light. A semicircle, 2 sides to find. One curved, one straight in our mind. Triangle, 3 sides connect. Pointy corners, easy to detect. 4 sides, a square or rectangle. Count the sides, it's a simple angle. Pentagon's 5, hexagon 6. Count the sides, it's an easy fix. Shapes all around, in colors so bright. Learning their names, getting them right. Circles, triangles, squares in sight. In our shape world, everything's light. Heptagon 7, octagons 8. Like an octopus, isn't it great? Nonagon 9, decagon 10. Count the sides again and again. And again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Shapes of the world so easy and fun. Learning with shapes we've just begun. See them around in everything we do. Shapes are cool and they're easy too. Shapes all around, in colors so bright. Learning their names, getting them right. Circles, triangles, squares in sight. our shape world, everything's light. So that's our lesson, shapes we've seen in colorful worlds, in reds and greens. Keep looking around, shapes you'll find in every corner of your mind.
I had so much fun watching Caro and Shana find all of the shapes. Did you find some with them? I know I did. I found the circle and the square. They spoke about all of the different shapes. It was so much fun to watch. Now, boys and girls, I have something even more special for you. I have a very, very special guest, and he came a long way away to see us and to answer all of our questions. Let's go and see where our special guest has come from and who he is today. Now, boys and girls, I'd like to welcome my very special guest. His name is Mr. Mustafa, and he's come all the way from Australia. Would you like to tell our viewers a little bit about Australia?
Yes, I would, Sarah. Australia is famous for many different kinds of animals. For example, you might have heard about the kangaroo. It likes to jump up and down. It's very big. Or maybe you've heard about the koala. You know, it's like this bear that climbs trees and it eats eucalyptus leaves. You might have heard about the emus. They're these large birds. They can't fly. So Australia's really lovely to see the really unique animals.
That's very interesting. I'm sure our viewers love all of these different types of animals. So I have a few questions for you here today, if you wouldn't mind answering them.
I'd love to, Sarah.
So my first question for you is, could you talk briefly about what you think the main important parts of our topic, which is shapes, is today?
Well, shapes are very important. Some people think of shapes as only useful for mathematics, but really, shapes are the foundation of learning. If we look around everywhere, we'll see shapes all around us. I mean, I see some shapes here right now. Those bricks, for example, in the background, those are rectangles. We see a rectangle here. We see this vase has a circle in it. I encourage you right now, look around your room now and you can see many shapes everywhere.
And what do you think the easiest way would be for a child in a classroom to learn the different types of shapes? Because as we know, there are many different types of shapes.
Well, besides from drawing them, I think if you can have some objects to hold and feel, that would be very good for learning about shapes. Perhaps your teacher can bring you some wooden shapes for you to hold and feel and identify. Perhaps you can cut out some shapes, for example, a circle, and then go outside with your teacher and have a game where you look to see, oh, can you find something outside that looks like a circle? Can you find something outside that looks like a triangle? This is a really fun way to connect shapes with real life. And this actually helps us a lot. It helps us organize information, and this is the foundation of science.
So would you say a topic such as shape is a more visual lesson?
Actually, it can involve all the senses. Of course, it's visual, but you could also play a game, for example, blindfold yourself and touch the shapes. You should be able to tell a shape by feeling it. You know, it's not just visual.
So you can use all the different types of senses.
Absolutely.
Now, what would you do if a child had difficulty differentiating between two different shapes that were similar? For example, we have a square and we have a rectangle. Children can often mix them up. How would you help them overcome this difficulty?
Well, it's very normal because they share a lot of similarities. What we can do is we can talk about how they're the same. For example, they both have four sides. But then if we hold them side by side, we can see the differences. We can use a ruler together and see how the shape, how the sides are different lengths. And this is one way we can help realize that some things are similar and some things have small differences. So we can see that a rectangle is closely related to a square whilst being very different than a circle.
Different, yeah.
It is.
And how do you think that a topic such as shapes can come into play when a child is living their real life outside of school?
Well, I think when you look outside, you might see how different shapes are used. For example, you might notice that circles are often used in moving parts. In your bicycle, for example, your mom and dad's car, you'll see that the tires are often circles, and this is because a circle is a good shape for moving objects. In the playground, you might look at various shapes and see how they're used. At home, look around at the shapes and think about how are these shapes used in the objects in my home? It's very interesting.
And how would you show kids to use shapes vocabulary in their everyday language?
Sometimes you might see something that you don't know the name of, but you might say, for example, what's this red squarish thing? And then you might take it to your mom and she'll say, oh, this is a water bottle. See, it's shaped like a square, but on the bottom, it has a circular shape. So often when you describe something, you can break down the way it looks into shapes, and that will help you describe something you don't know.
And can you share some techniques of yours that you would use that are helpful for children when they are learning shapes?
Like I said, toys are a very good tool because kids love brightly colored toys. And going outside and analyzing the different shapes is really good. And this actually helps them learn abstract concepts and concrete concepts. For example, when children are learning to read and write, a lot of these symbols and letters and numbers, they resemble shapes.
And how would you say a topic like shapes help kids in their real life?
What's interesting, you could say... Sorry, go start again. All right. So it's interesting you should say that. I remember when I was small, my dad bought me a brand new red bicycle. It was so nice. And I used to ride that around the block to my friend's house every day. And I remember thinking, wow, it's really good the wheels are round. I can go so fast. And I was thinking, if there were a different shape, I would definitely not be able to go so fast.
They wouldn't even move.
They wouldn't move at all. If they were square, the bike would just stand still. Maybe if you pedaled really hard, it would go up and down, but it wouldn't work.
It would be very uncomfortable.
Do you remember any shapes in your life?
Well, when I was a kid, I didn't have a bike, but I had a scooter. And as we can see, scooters have two shapes on them, which is a rectangle and a circle. The rectangles obviously put your foot on, and because the wheels were circle as well, I could go very, very fast on my scooter too. Yes, my scooter was pink.
Oh, pink scooter.
Yeah.
My school was blue. They're very different.
That's it. One of the last questions that I have for you is, could you share some techniques of yours that help children learn shapes easier in the classroom?
So, definitely touching the shapes. So giving them some toys, some blocks, and having them feel them. This is very good because you should be able to tell if something is square shape, round shape, pointy, just by feeling it.
So they should use their sense of touch.
Definitely the sense of touch.
What other senses do you think they could use?
Well, obviously, sight.
Definitely.
Yeah, so sense of touch and sight is very good.
And would you say that so let's say you was to blindfold a child and describe the shape to them, would you think that they would learn it that way too?
Oh, definitely. It's actually a very fun game you can have. You can get a box of toys, you can put a blindfold over your eyes so you can't see, and you can take something out, and without seeing it, you can touch it and you can say, okay, this has three sides. This is a triangle.
Yeah, exactly. And it turns into a fun game, so we make learning fun.
Very fun. Or, for example, you could pick up your teddy bear and you could see, okay, what shapes is my teddy bear made out of? Okay, maybe its nose is the shape of a triangle, or maybe its ears are half a circle.
And how would you, speaking of toys that have different shapes, what if you was presented with a object that had 2 or 3 different shapes on the object? How would you describe that to a child?
Well, we can see that objects are made out of more than one shape. And we can look at it all around us. For example, I'll get the child to pick up their pencil and I'll say, okay, what shape is this pencil? And I'll say, you might see at the very end, there's a triangle. This long end from the side, it looks like a rectangle. But look, on the back, it's a circle. And this kind of teaches the child that shapes are abstract. We live in a 3-dimensional world.
Yes.
But the shapes we learn are 2D.
They're just on paper.
Yeah, and this is very important because children need to have this idea of concrete things and abstract ideas, because shapes actually leads to children recognizing symbols, learning to read and write, and helping categorize the world around them. That's the foundation of science, for example. later on in science, you'll learn about the different classifications of animals, mammals, reptiles, birds. You'll learn about solid, liquid, and gas. So this first step of knowing the different shapes is the first step of organizing everything around you.
So we can say that shapes also are a foundation for other lessons that the children will learn later on in their lives.
Definitely. And it's really fun, you know, sometimes seeing different shapes turn into others. For example, maybe your mom might cook you a round pizza, but then you'll cut it. You'll cut the pizza and you'll take out a triangle.
Triangle, yeah.
Yeah.
And they will use these in their everyday life. Well, thank you so much for answering all my questions. It was a pleasure having you here, and I'm sure all of our viewers enjoyed listening to you talk so much.
Thank you, Sarah. It was a pleasure being here.
Thank you so much. I'm very happy that we had Mr. Mustafa on our show to tell us about Australia and to tell us about the importance of shapes. But now we have another interview where we interview you at home, in your playgrounds, in your schools, and you're going to tell us all about shapes this time. So let's go and watch you guys at home answer our questions about shapes and what you think about shapes.
Hi, Raju. Hi, Rosa. How are you? I'm good. What are you doing? I'm drawing. You like drawing? Like? I love drawing. I love drawing too. Well, come and draw with me. Okay, what are you drawing? I'm practicing my shapes. I practiced my shapes last week and I've been getting really good at it. Can you help me draw my shapes? Sure. This is a circle. It's round and it has no edges. Let me draw a circle. You're right, it has no edges and no lines. Well, now that you know that, let's draw more circles. I will draw a big circle. I'll draw a small circle. Let's draw a triangle because it has 3 sides. Okay. Your triangle is thin and long and my triangle is wide and short. But they both have 3 sides, so they're the same. Yes. Now let's draw some squares. Square is my favorite shape. Really? Why? Because it's fun to draw and it has 4 sides. My favorite shape also has 4 sides. Is it a square? No, I'll show you. My favorite shape is a rectangle. Oh, rectangle. I forgot that rectangle and square had 4 sides. Well, now that you know, let's try a harder shape. Why not? Let's draw a hexagon. How many sides does that have? A hexagon has 6 sides. 6 sides? It's a lot. Yes, and there's shapes more than 6 sides, and I think there's one with 10 sides. I think I know the name. What is it? I remember decagon. Yeah, decagon. That's right. Now let's continue drawing our hexagons. We did it! Yes, and our shapes look so nice. I had so much fun. I had so much fun too. Yeah, thank you for helping me. You're welcome.
Hello, my name is Rosa Majid, and today we are in Sha'an school with some of my friends, and I'm going to be asking them easy questions about shapes. We're going to have a very fun time. Come with me. Hi. Hello. What's your name? My name is Elena. That's a beautiful name, Elena. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, okay? Okay. Can you make a square with your hands? Yes, I can. That's beautiful. And a circle? I can do that too. How many sides does a triangle have? Triangle has 3 sides. Correct. Elena, can you show me a rectangle shape with your hand? Sure. Wow, you're so smart. Thank you. You're welcome. Bye. Bye. Okay, guys, so I'm here with another friend. Hello. Hi. What's your name? Rahel. Okay, Rahel, I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions, okay? Okay. Rahel, can you tell me a 4-sided shape? Yeah, square. Good job. Okay, what about a shape that has 3 sides? Triangle. Correct. Thank you. You're welcome. Bye. Bye. Okay, now I'm here with another friend. Hi. Hi. What's your name? Hesti. Hestia, I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions, okay?
Okay.
Can you make a triangle with your hand?
Like this?
Yeah, but can you like draw it for me? Good job. How many sides does a triangle have?
3.
Good job. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're so smart.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, I'm here with another friend. Hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Ahmed.
Okay, Ahmed, I'm gonna ask you some questions, okay?
Okay.
What shapes do you like?
Triangles.
Can you make a triangle with your hand for the camera? Good job. Can you tell me something that has 4 sides?
Squares.
Good job. You know you're so smart.
Thank you.
Are you doing good in school?
Yes.
Alright, thank you for your time. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, now I'm here with another friend. Hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Anas.
Okay, Anas, I'm gonna ask you some questions, okay?
Of course, okay.
Okay, what shapes do you like?
I like rectangle.
Can you make a rectangle with your hand for the camera? Alright, can you tell me a shape that has 4 sides?
Square.
Okay, do you know what's the difference between square and rectangle?
Rectangle is longer than square.
Correct. Okay, tell me a shape that has 3 sides.
Triangle.
Good job. You're so smart.
Thank you.
Are you good at school?
Of course.
Alright, thank you for your time.
Thank you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, I'm here with another friend. Hi.
Hello.
What's your name?
Rosa.
My name is Rosa too.
Nice, beautiful names.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions.
Go on.
Okay, what's your favorite shape?
Triangle.
Can you draw a triangle with your hand for the cameras? Okay, what's the difference between circle and triangle?
So circles have no side or corners, but a square does.
Do you like triangles?
Of course.
They're fun, right? How many sides does a triangle have?
Triangle 3.
Alright, good job.
Thank you.
High five. See you.
See ya.
Bye. Hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
Dania.
Okay, Dani, I'm gonna ask you some questions about shapes, okay?
Okay.
What's your favorite shape?
Circle.
Circle. Can you make a circle with your hand? Okay, how many sides does a circle have?
0.
That was a trick question. You did it good. Okay, how many sides does a triangle?
3.
Can you tell me the difference between triangles and circles?
Triangles has sides, but circles don't.
Good. I see you're super smart. You're looking through books.
Thank you.
You like reading books?
Yes.
All right. Thank you too.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys, I had a lot of friends named Rosa because my name is Rosa too. And I'm going to call one of my friends named Rosita. Rosita, can you come here? Hello.
Hi.
I'm going to ask you some questions about shapes, okay?
Alright.
What's your favorite shape?
Rectangles.
Can you make a rectangle with your hand for the cameras?
Okay.
Okay, because you love rectangles so much, what's the difference between a circle and a rectangle?
So basically, circle has no sides, but rectangle has 4 sides.
Correct. How many sides does a triangle have?
3.
Good. How many corners does a triangle?
2.
2? Well, I think it's 3 because we count the top 2. That's okay. Thank you for your time.
Of course.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys, that's the end of episode 4. I had lots of fun with my friends and we learned about shapes. I hope you guys learned about shapes too. But till next episode, see you guys. Bye.
Well, boys and girls, we've come to the end of another very exciting episode of PelestanK English course. We learned our shapes, we danced, we listened to music, we had so much fun. I hope you will join us for next week's episode. If you want to send us anything, here is our social media where you can follow us, you can send us your pictures and videos, and you can ask any questions you want. I'm so glad we had fun today. Until next time, bye-bye.
Our universe in PelestanK is all about learning. So let's explore
the first episode of our brand new show for PelestanK TV.
Good morning, and we want them to learn how to say good morning.
Yay! Music, movies,
Lots of
animation.
motivation, especially from the teachers.
Our skills will grow each day and we will leave our fears.
Hello.
Hi.
What's your name?
Introduce you by saying this.
Hello.
We can do every smile on our face. Your journey here starts with PelestanK. Yay! From beginner to advanced, we'll grow and learn each day. PEC will take us there with care and show us the way. Learn with PEC and let the